Well, you didn't like Bright?
Bright was fine.
I actually liked Bright.
I liked it at the time.
I heard they were making a sequel, but then after the whole, fucking Will Smith slap thing, I don't know if they're gonna.
That's so stupid. It's so stupid, dude.
It is, dude. It is.
Like who's gonna make their decision to go see an awesome ass Will Smith movie based on the fact he slapped Chris Rock?
Totally.
I mean, I guess some people may, but I think society lives in this illusion of, oh, they're really great people. No, they're just like you. Would you call yourself a great person? Are you great all the fucking time? Or do you have a secret here and there? Do you have a bad day? Do you regret saying something mean to someone?
Yeah.
His was just on the most epic way you could possibly have a moment. So he fucked up big time. I give him that. Oh, the night you win an Oscar, you slap a presenter. And you're a black man. No, let's add that in.
Yeah,
you got balls, motherfucker. Man. He's the real.
The angry black.
Tarantino originally wanted him for Django. He should have been Django.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 20. I am Troy, here with my buddy.
I am Mike.
20, man. 20 years old.
I know. Half my age.
Yeah, we could join the army, but can't drink booze yet.
Can die for your country, but...
We're almost free to do whatever.
Yeah, right.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. Just,
hanging
in. Yeah, hanging in there. I think you know how I'm doing.
Yeah,
we just had a discussion about how I'm doing.
Yeah, we're both
not for the ears of the listeners. Yeah,
we're both stressed the fuck out. But hey, we're gonna sally forth.
Tally ho!
Tally ho! Hey, shout out to my sister Charlene.
Hi, Charlene.
Charlene Luter Flood.
Charlene Luter Flood?
Yes.
That's a name, yo.
I think she's still going with that. She's divorced.
Nice.
No, I was looking at your face. I was waiting for something else. Oh, by the way, I should say Mike has a different webcam. He's using his laptop cam, and I call it the blowjob POV cam because literally I'm looking up at him.
That's right.
I'm down to his lap,
right up into my nose.
How's it feel, Daddy?
Just keep going there, buddy.
Just
keep going.
Teeth.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yes, a nightmare.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I wish we had a YouTube version of this so people could see that. What you just did. My sister gave us compliments, but also gave a really good note. And I think it's a note we should apply.
Let's hear it.
She said it would be helpful if we gave a nice, quick synopsis of the film.
Yeah, well, we tried that on the first 10 episodes.
Well, that's what I told her.
Doing the whole fucking movie.
No, but this is what we're going to do.
60 seconds.
I'll even read it from the friggin' Wikipedia, just to keep us on point.
Motherfucking wiki it.
Which is what I do anyway. So what are we doing this week, Mike?
We are doing The Gray Man.
The Gray Man on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
You know how much they spent on this puppy?
How much?
$200 million. This is their most expensive production.
I could see that. I mean, it was.
It's on screen.
It's a fucking. You see where the money went. Yeah.
Before we get into it, would you recommend this movie? Non-spoilery part.
Yeah. If you want to see a fun, no holds barred action movie, go for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
100% concur.
I liked it better than John Wick. I liked it better than any of the John Wick movies, dude.
After I watched it, I want to wait to I don't want to read any reviews. I didn't know much about it. I do know a little bit about it. It's based on a series of books. Court Gentry is the Gray Man. He's kind of like he's in the Jack Reacher camp, but obviously more of a Jason Bourne slant. Some critics were like, "Oh, it's just paint by numbers action film, and there's no panache. Where's the John Wick style?" And I'm like, I'm so happy they didn't imitate fucking John Wick.
John Wick is boring. I'm sorry. Everyone loves the John Wick movies. I don't think I've stayed awake through a single one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not a fan of John Wick at all?
I don't even know. I literally think I've fallen asleep in every John Wick movie. Pretty sure. I mean, it's not saying much. I have like a beer or two. I tend to fall asleep. If I'm drinking, a lot of times, like I was like, is there any laundry to fold? I need to fold some laundry.
You need some kind of physical activity.
Something to keep me from falling asleep. Like, that's what I do. I'll just, like, the moment I start to get a little tired, I'm like, okay, fold another piece of laundry,
Yeah, I think with John Wick, I notice a pattern with you, Mike. John Wick is loaded with mindless action.
Yep.
And I think for you, if the action doesn't have an immediate purpose and it's just there for a gratuitous, it's action porn, basically.
Yeah.
You get tons of money shots, people getting shot in the head.
I don't like action porn, and I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know if I ever was really into it, to tell you the truth.
Fair enough. Like, I can't really criticize anyone who wants the action to mean something. Right. Well, and I wanted to
perpetuate the story. You know what I mean? Like, and I want to have good characters.
So basically, yeah, it's in theaters, but you can go see it in theaters. It's definitely on Netflix. Kind of wish I'd seen it in theater because it is worthy of the big screen.
Yeah, it's a big screen movie.
An epic. It's Bond level in terms of
it's
action,
so good,
and I would say even better than the last couple of Bond movies.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
because it doesn't take itself so seriously.
So go see it, and it's starting now. I found like the perfect short summary. This is the shortest fucking summary.
Okay, let's hear it.
In the history of summaries. So we're saying go see it, and from this point on, we're gonna start to spoil the shit out of it. But we're gonna tee it up here when the CIA's top asset, his identity known by no one, uncovers agency secrets. He triggers a global hunt by assassins set loose by his ex-colleague. Is that a fair enough? There
absolutely.
You go. Ryan Gosling is the Gray Man. The Gray Men he's like C6 or isn't it like C something?
Yes.
Like double O's. There's C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Only 6 of them, and they're all criminals recruited from the penal system. Given
no
opportunity,
family, no connection,
no hope of seeing the light of day except to become trained killers by the CIA. And Ryan Gosling is arguably the most probably sympathetic of them all because he kills the person he kills is his abusive asshole father, who's abusing his brother and abusing him, and he's sent to prison. So, but he's the Gray Man, and he's the fucking best of them. Yep. And you find out throughout this movie how fucking good he is. And I like the fact that the action wasn't John Wick-esque.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to be cool. He was trying to put your ass down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as few hits as possible. And there was flair. There was some good choreography in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Chris Evans.
Oh, so good. That fucking mustache, dude.
Chris Evans steals this movie, dude. I gotta tell you.
Oh my god! Like, every time he's on the fucking screen, like, dude, and he gets his fucking fingers shot off, he's like, "Ow! God damn it!" And then he's like fighting him, and then he punches him, and he like hurts his hand because he has a fucking missing finger. He's like, "Oh shit! God damn it! Still getting used to this fucking thing."
Yeah, Chris Evans is a sociopath,
fucking psycho.
I think he flamed out of the Gray Man program. Like,
no, he was never in the Gray Man program. He was just
he was too nuts to be part of anything official.
Yeah, he was in the CIA, but he failed out of the CIA and like after like 6 months or something because he was too violent and just insane. Just a fucking insanity. He's just fucking insane. He's a fucking psychopath.
So I gotta tell you, I love Ryan Gosling.
I do too.
But I gotta start thinking. I'm thinking back on his roles, and the role I could think of was The Nice Guys, where he showed a side of himself that I hadn't seen before. Really,
he was so good.
He was really like good. So he does have range, but he tends to pick characters that are very stoic, like Blade Runner, like Drive, and like this. But it's perfect for the role, right? Like, so I'm wondering.
He was stoic, but he had these moments of like comedy.
Oh yeah. Like
that was
he was
so good. He was like, and it was in the trailer, but he was like, I mean, I think my ego's a little bruised. Yeah.
He's got a taste for bubblegum, and that's like a little character trope. He is based on, I think I mentioned before, he's based on a series, I don't know how many books, but widely acclaimed books that when I go on Audible and went before this movie was even announced, I considered reading some of this, and everyone said who loved it, it's like reading an action-packed thriller. It's like reading an action movie. This is an action movie. They should make a movie. And now I see why. Like, if this is the first book.
I hope they do more. It was good.
It's already been greenlit. I read last night, at the first week, they've greenlit the sequel, and they're doing a spinoff.
For her?
I think it might be for her. Remember I mentioned this to you? I forget on...
Well, I thought you said they were doing a spinoff for her for the Bond movies.
Oh,
No. You said they were doing a spinoff for... Or she was getting her own like spy movie.
And I think this might be it. That'd
be cool.
Because she was wrecking shit in the end.
She was dope. Yeah, totally.
Like, even though she was a quote unquote distraction, she was fucking fools up left and right, man. So I'm glad that I really like her. My God. Did you see the Blonde trailer that came out today?
The Blonde trailer?
She's playing Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that came out. That trailer came out?
She is
I gotta see that.
A vision. And she can act, yes. But I can't get over how fucking beautiful she is.
Goddamn, dude.
Anyway.
Dude, the 10 minutes that she was in the last James Bond movie made that movie.
It's the best part of the movie. Oh, and that fight between her and the Indian guy. I think he's a huge star over in India.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it was a huge get to get him to do that role. He was fucking great. It looked like he was doing good. Most of his stunts, unless
he was really good. I really enjoyed anytime he was on. He was great. It was weird because I feel like he just kind of stopped fighting at the end. Like, he learned, like, oh yeah, this is fucked up. Like, these guys are fucked up.
Yeah, why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this? And he was like, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Well, the Russos say that they want to create a gray man universe.
Oh, really?
I think they're applying what they learned from Marvel to this. Even the end credits was very Marvel-esque.
Yes.
Where it had the statues and going through events in the film, because he could be part of the Gray Man universe. Like, when he didn't kill her and she didn't kill him and he went away and knowing what I knew, that he's like hot shit in India, maybe they're gonna spin it off for him. That would be wise. Like, they'll make tons of dough. Netflix India, if such a thing exists. So,
dude, they did some gnarly fucking drone shots in that. Dude,
I don't think I've ever seen it used that way before.
No way. It was one of those like racing drones. Like, it was insane. I've seen people fly those things, and they're nuts. They're even shaped. No, they're not even shaped like a regular drone. It's like on its haunches. It's crazy. If you ever look up Norv showed me one of the.
Well, there was one that started outside.
Yeah,
was tracking Ryan Gosling and went inside. Do you remember that shot?
Yeah.
And then I know they did some kind of scene edit because they switched to like a different camera at some point. But
right.
It was really just very well done, like seamless in terms of that.
And I hadn't seen Billy Bob Thornton in anything in a while.
Yeah, man.
It was nice. Well, I
nice
guess
to see he's alive.
He had a show that was out called Behemoth, I think it was called. And he played a lawyer who was trying to take down like some big fucking companies that were like polluting stuff. And I think it took place in Venice, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it was good to see him back.
Yeah.
Back on.
And he's good. I love Billy Bob Thornton. Love that dude.
The action in this movie, every action piece was memorable because the environment, the situation made it memorable, right?
And that's, I think, one of the main differences than to John Wick fights. I feel like they all just kind of blend together. And that's the whole thing. It doesn't need to perpetuate the story. It just can't be the same as the one before.
Well,
like,
it's rarely
specific.
If you think about it, it's rarely Wick against the environment.
Right.
It's always the whole point of John Wick is how is he going to kill these human beings and what weapon is he going to use? But it's never about Wick is never in a situation where the environment itself. And in Gray Man, like the first fight was this amazing, was it a rooftop? But with like the fireworks and using the fireworks cannons, the jab the other guy's head in it. Then there was the cargo plane, that whole sequence. Although I will say, we fell out of the plane and caught the guy to parachute. The shots got so choppy, I don't know what the fuck happened. I think he grabbed the guy and the guy,
he like grabbed the guy and then like the parachute, like he released his parachute and he like grabbed the cable from the parachute, like wrapped it around his neck and like broke his neck with the cable of the parachute before like riding down on him and like he was like about to fall off, like grabbing onto his legs and shit. It was pretty nuts.
Every action moment, every sequence, the fucking when he was trapped. He went to go get some fake IDs made. The guy double crossed him. And then he had to figure his way out of a dungeon. And then that was a whole fight moment. Then the trolley car. Mm-hmm. But before that, handcuffed to a park bench.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Right? And you got an entire army gunning for you. And you're like, fuck, how do I get out of this?
Dude, that part was crazy. And he's just like hiding behind the cement. He's like, thank God it's a big old block cement fucking bench you're attached to. You know what I mean?
So many great moments. On top of the trolley car, he uses the reflection to pinpoint where they are. Like
he's like, wait, he's like, boom. I'm like, oh shit. Fucking brilliant, you know?
I just loved the shit out of this movie. Like, and I wasn't necessarily in the mood to watch this movie, but I knew I had to. Kind of like with Last Night in Soho. I know I wanted to see it, but because it was the middle of the work week and like, okay, let me watch it. And I'm so happy I did. I was all tired and shit, and when I started it, but it woke me up. I'm like, oh, and the final fight here. Oh, I'm happy I remember this because when I watched it, as soon as I saw it, I said I got to make this point on the podcast. This is how you finish off a final boss. When I say the fight was a weak fart, like the princess, like Reacher, the final guy, this is the boss level. And he dismantled that motherfucker in the beginning, at least. Then Chris Evans turned the table and started stabbing him, and then he turned the tables back.
I was like, dude, like he stabbed his ass a bunch of fucking times. I was like, how is this fool not dead?
And the other thing I thought, Mike, now, as much as I love Reacher, like at times it felt like, okay, this is being stretched a little bit.
Right.
I wonder if Reacher would have been better served as a fucking action-packed movie. Like if you took that Reacher plot, condensed it into a really tight 2-hour movie, you would have had a fucking banger on your hands, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like that you could rewatch. Like I'm not going to rewatch a whole series of Reacher.
Yeah, no way.
But I'll rewatch the fucking Gray Man.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Well, I think you also made a good point about the Jack Reacher movie, the Tom Cruise one.
Right.
You know, that was a 2-hour film and you watch it, you're like, it's good.
Yeah.
You know? I still haven't seen the second one, which you say you hate. Which I kind of want to see just because, it
sucks. I can't even tell you why it sucked. I just know it's just awful. Whatever. And it reminds me of something that Paul Thomas Anderson, the director of There Will Be Blood, and I think I mentioned this too, he's not a big fan of the whole series thing versus movie. And I think this is a good example of why. Some things work better as a series, right?
Right.
Some things work better as a film. And I think when it comes to action, IP or a movie or a book that really its claim to fame is the intense action. It behooves you just to make it a 2-hour movie as opposed to like Gray Man, the series, 8 episodes.
Right.
Because you could have stretched this to 8 episodes, but would have been as good, right?
Yeah. Well, I think also that, I mean, you kind of look at I look at Daredevil the same way. Like, if it had been a 2-hour movie, I probably wouldn't have gotten tired because they wouldn't have had to fill up so much time with so many fights. You know what I mean? Like, they'd have been able to get to the point, have the fights when the fights need to happen, only have the best ones. You know what I mean? And then it would be over, and you're like, that was cool.
Well, every confrontation moves the plot and is meaningful.
Exactly, because in a movie, you only have 2 hours to get that shit done.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is no fat. You got to trim all the fat off that fucker to make sure it's as good as possible. So.
I think Gray Man has something like a 80% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, something like that. And
it deserves it. It's really good.
And critics have it at like 46.
Yeah.
It's amazing the gulf between, average Joes.
I feel like that's always the case.
Like, I don't know, man. The negative reviews, like, a soulless waste of time, paint by numbers thriller. But let's just say it is paint by numbers. If it ain't broke,
Yeah.
and I'm not even saying it is. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoy the type of character that Court Gentry is. But like you said, he isn't stoic to the point of not having a sense of humor. Like, there's even a reason for him to seem like he's made out of Teflon. His dad fucking trained him. Like,
right.
He was burning him with cigarette lighters or, car lighters to, don't show pain and all this other shit.
Right.
So from an early age, he learned, like, even when he was fighting Chris Evans, he would make a little bit of, right? But it was never like, ah!
Yeah.
He didn't go full Chris Evans, which was, oh my God, that fucking hurt, you douche.
Yeah.
When Billy Bob blew him up, he was like, oh, you fucking douche. Or it was something like that.
But I like when Ryan Gosling like pulls the grenade and like drops it, he was like, it's like, you've got some balls. And then, or that took balls. And then they run and fucking have to jump out the window before the fucking grenade explodes. Like, there's some great little moments in this movie.
Oh, and Lloyd, you must be Lloyd. Is that what gave it away? The white pants and the stash.
Yeah, exactly.
And
the
Chris Evans,
stash.
what a great look for Chris Evans to be Lloyd.
Dude.
The total douche, no socks. Did you notice? Like,
yeah,
the tight white pants, the cop stash from like the early 80s.
Like he has like the skin tight sweaters that like stop right at his pant level. He's such a fucking
so
douchebag.
douchey, dude.
Like, they did such a great job. I bet Chris Evans would just loved every second
about
of
to
it.
say it, like
just loved it.
Because for what years he was playing Captain America, and
Captain,
and I love Cap, but Cap is not. He's far from Lloyd. Yeah.
Kind of boring.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at
he's
character,
a Boy Scout. He's Boy Scout.
Yeah,
right?
Boy Scouts are boring. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, but after that, he did Knives Out, and I think he loved that. I could just tell. Because there's this whole other side of him, right? Like,
well, yeah. Well, then you think back to, like you mentioned, what was that? The movie, fucking, Scott Pilgrim. He was a bad guy.
Right.
Scott Pilgrim.
He was one of the boyfriends.
He was great in that. And like, you think back to like, the Fantastic Four.
He was funny
and he was
in that.
this douchey asshole like Johnny Storm or whatever his name is.
You know what? The rumor is he may return as
Johnny Storm.
No, as Hydra Cap, like an alternate version. But if he does that, it might be an opportunity to inject some Lloyd in there.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know, right? But it's like with Chris Hemsworth. Hemsworth wanted
Hydra Cap. Oh, I would love to see that.
I think it might. I think it might happen, dude.
Love to see that.
Yeah,
kind of like
that would be real fun,
dude.
To see that kind of turn on his head.
So good.
Yeah, but like Chris Hemsworth, he got tired of playing a stuffy character, and
that's boring.
It's boring for the actor, and it can get boring for the audience. So, anyway, the point is, Chris Evans I'm sure had a ball. I'm sure everyone had a ball on that set, dude. Like,
hell yeah.
so good on the Russos. The Russo brothers, who directed my favorite Marvel movie of all time, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. And then he went on, they directed Civil War, they directed Infinity War, Endgame. These guys fucking know how to stage action.
Yeah.
The shaky cam is to a minimum. Remember the Bourne Identity years? I love Jason Bourne, but I like the first Bourne the best because Doug Liman shot it and he didn't shoot it like he had palsy, right? It was the camera allowed you to see the action. And
yeah, I mean, I feel like they do that to hide the bullshit. You know what I mean? But not necessarily. I mean, what was I think one of the first movies they did the handheld camera, like the shoulder handheld camera was, I think it was like Saving Private Ryan. It was like the first time people like started doing that. Not obviously not the first time they started doing that, but the first time like a big budget film said, we're not going to have the camera be smooth.
Right.
We're going to have it be shaky. You're going to feel like you're right there. And it made sense.
It made sense. Like, it was brilliant. It was brilliant for that moment. Like, Normandy, the beach in Normandy, right?
Yeah.
That sequence. But again, and you're right, it's used in, lesser films to hide, like, an actor not really knowing, how to fight. But Matt Damon did a great job in the first Bourne, though. That's so.
Yeah, he was great.
I think it was just I forget the Paul Greengrass. That was his style. Like in every movie he did, and they, some sequences it worked. But anyway, I just appreciate the Russo brothers, how they stage action. Yeah. I like, it's almost like action classic, right? Like Gray Man felt very much like a well done Bond movie. And I keep saying Bond, but
it felt like a fun Bond movie.
Sophisticated,
It felt like, what it felt like to me? It felt like the Pierce Brosnan years. Like fun and kind of over the top. You know what I mean?
I think Brosnan walked a nice middle ground between. He was classic Bond. When people think of Bond, and I'll give him that credit. Daniel Craig is a more intense Bond, and I appreciate that more because I felt physically he was capable. Speaking of, dude, fucking Ryan Gosling. You see that one scene where he had his shirt off?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude. Is that dude always that ripped? Did he get ripped for this movie? Probably for this movie. I mean, he was a fit guy, but
yeah,
I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, did you ever hear Henry Cavill talking about doing shirtless scenes in movies?
Oh, I think I might know. Go ahead.
They don't drink water for like 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Like they have like a cap full of water, like 3 times a day for like 3 days. Fucking insane. I would be losing my mind.
And it's for just to make sure you have no water weight, right? So everything's all tight.
It's definition, like you don't. Yeah, that definition comes from not drinking water, because like normal people have this like layer of watery tissue, like your skin is very liquidous or whatever it is, like watery.
You mean, Mike, when we poke our bellies and it goes
actually
that's liquidity at work there?
I actually don't. Well, that's just fat. No, but apparently like you really just gotta like dry yourself out like completely to fucking to show it off that much.
I think I heard that recently in relation to The Witcher, but I'm sure it applied for every fucking shirtless scene he's ever had. Well,
totally.
Gosling was dehydrated as fuck because guy was cut, dude. Do you have a favorite part of Gray Man?
Anytime fucking what's his face was Captain America was
Lloyd.
Lloyd was my favorite part. He was so fucking funny, dude.
I was almost sad when he died at the end. Like,
dude,
I would love for Lloyd to come back.
Good.
Like maybe they'll have him come back. Maybe he's not really dead, but he probably is.
He was such a douchebag.
Also,
you know what? Oh, I will say I was hoping, but we never. Did you notice we never found out who the old man was? they kept saying the last time someone disappointed the old man, he washed up in the Potomac. It's like, what did the old man say about this?
Oh, the
And
head of the top guy at the CIA, right? Or
well, I don't know exactly.
At first, I thought they were talking about Billy Bob Thornton, but then I realized
it's not.
Billy Bob.
They left. I actually went all the way to the end of the credits just to see if there was
a stinger,
like an after credit scene that showed the old man. I was like, who the fuck is the old man? That's one thing I did notice that they didn't show. I was like, oh man, I wanted to know, and I didn't get it.
Well, they are building the Gray Man universe, and I can't wait for them to continue to do it. I also liked how they built his character. This is another point we've made. You and I have talked about this. Let me learn about the character through action.
Through the movie.
We didn't see Baby Gray Man. We didn't see Baby Court Gentry. We didn't see him kill his dad. We saw it, little bits and pieces, very small fragments. But it was
that's all you need.
Workshopping how all you need is a specific moment at the specific right time. And that's the enjoyment. Who is this guy? Through his humor, through the little things like the bubble gum chewing, right? And then with the little girl, with the pacemaker, you get to see a softer side of him. It's like a little mini Man on Fire dynamic. And she was great. That little actress
was good.
Was fucking amazing. I don't know if I haven't seen her or anything, but she's probably been in a lot.
No.
And it wasn't a lot of flashbacking, but they timed it and did it just enough to give a layer upon layer. And then the people they meet, Alfre Woodard plays one of his handlers, I guess, along with Billy Bob. And through their
Alfre Woodard. Who is Alfre Woodard?
She's the black woman. He went, remember?
Okay. Yeah, she was good.
And then there was a little moment at the table, and she's like, don't start getting soft on me. And he goes to touch her hand. She pushes it away, but not in the malice ways. Like whatever, just
exactly.
I don't want your pity.
Exactly. She was good.
That's how you fucking do it. I can't remember what movie we were. Uncharted was one that comes to mind. Fucking Nathan Drake. You could have had Nathan Drake be fucking Nathan Drake right from jump, just like Gray Man is Gray Man, and suddenly, the first time we see him, he's in an epic action moment, and then the story starts. He's thrust into a situation. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We're trying to figure out, and the movie does a good job of peeling it back.
I'm just tired of these, so-and-so begins movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't need the build-up.
I think this film's a masterclass in how to make an epic, crowd-pleasing action movie. Good on Netflix. This is probably my favorite Netflix
hell of an action
original production. I hate my heroes looking cool. I like grittiness.
John McClane at the end of Die Hard. Broken, bloody, bleeding, cut up, bruised, beat the fuck to hell.
But that's another reason why I really love the Gray Man, because the Gray Man, again, Courtry, got fucked up. So what do you want to rate the Gray Man, Mike?
Okay. I will rate the Gray Man probably 4 of Chris Evans' missing fingers out of 5.
Nice. I'll give it a 4.5 Chris Evans porn stash out of 5. I really enjoyed the shit out of this movie, and I'm really excited about seeing this franchise continue.
I enjoyed it too. I think you enjoyed it a little bit more than me, but I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun watching this movie.
I can watch mindless action flicks, action porn, and enjoy that, right? I think it's safe to say I probably enjoy it way more than you do. But when you give me a good story, and every action has, there's action set pieces even. Set pieces. That means the set and the action are both marrying together to create this epic cinematic moment. That happens so many times in The Gray Man. And there's so many action films, or so-called action films, that try hard just to get one of those in their movie. I'm looking at you, Uncharted. So I fucking appreciate the craft behind this. As an action fan, I loved it. Yeah.
I will say the beginning, like they go from the beginning, and I love that they give you a little bit of comedy at the beginning where she walks up, she's like, nice suit, because he's wearing this bright red fucking suit, and he's like, I wear what they tell me to wear, man. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, and then they like super quickly they show that he has a fucking conscience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's supposed to kill this dude, but then the kid walks up and he can't get a clean shot, or he can get a clean shot, but he doesn't want to kill some dude in front of this poor little kid.
It's a
right?
Tony Montana moment.
Yeah, exactly.
No women, no kids, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, and then you get right after that, you get this badass that fight with the fireworks going off all around them was fucking amazing, dude. Like, uses a firework to like blast the dude in the fucking face. Like, that shit was nuts.
Man, if you're an action lover like I am, and like I said, the craftsmanship, the use of camera in new ways, the way they used the drone to like power establishing shots, if you will.
Dude, they were insane.
But they were like, if the camera was on the back of a missile, right? Like, and it just seamlessly bleeds into the next scene, the next setup. It was awesome. Yeah, it's definitely the Russos at the top of their game, and they have learned from previous blockbusters. These guys know how to fucking make a good action movie. Hey, I'm the gray man. You see my gray?
Yeah, I'm getting there too, buddy. There was a moment when I would pluck my gray hairs out of my beard. Bling. And then it got to the point where I was like, I can no longer pluck the gray hairs out of my beard.
Because it was too many to pluck?
There was too many to pluck, dude. I was like,
Dre's like, where you at? I'm plucking the gray hairs out of my beard. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's midnight. It was 9 when you went in there. Like,
dude,
so
I
don't see any gray right now. You don't dye your beard hair.
No. You don't see any gray because there's not enough to, and the light's not very good.
And you plucked
I'm
them
using
all.
my shit. Yeah, right. No, if I get close, you can see it.
Oh yeah, there you go. You're getting closer to death. Can't hide it.
We're all getting closer to death.
Like a piece of dog turd just turning white and blowing away in the wind. That's what we are. My problems with Django was not Jamie Foxx. It was the film itself. It got camp. It really campy. And him with a Gucci fucking saddle, and he's got his sunglasses. It felt like Blazing Saddles in the end.